Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mom Said. My name is Gabe Gibbs.
You'll never know my name.
Her name's Allie Gibbs. And this is a podcast made by 3 adult siblings. But it's not about that.
It's not about that.
It's often about that.
Last time we couldn't figure out what the lines were, but
Yeah,
I
but
think
we
that
got
was
it.
correct.
We're back in the basement of this museum having another episode. We talk about a bunch of nonsense. We
For whatever reason,
it's a
we're
STEM
way
podcast.
more. Yeah, totally. But for whatever reason, we're way more scared of being in the basement than we were last time.
Even though it
was an hour ago. I don't know why, but I'm terrified right now.
This is a scary episode. It's spooky ooky. Someone does walk in while we're recording.
Whether or not they were a ghost, we cannot confirm or deny. So just stay tuned to find out what happens.
Hit it, Grant.
Mama said.
Hello, weary travelers. Welcome to another episode of Mom Said.
Oh, are we recording?
Basement. We're back here in the basement of this museum that we were in last week, and yet here we are again.
We've been locked down here for an entire week.
It feels that way. It genuinely feels that way. Even though we've only been here for a few hours, recording a few episodes for you. As I am here in San Diego, they live in Los Angeles, and there's the inevitable baby being born soon in the next month or so. Well, by the time this comes out, it'll be like...
Wait, hold on a second.
Oh, sorry.
Unreverb us. Have we talked about what we're going to do when you have a baby? Are we going to continue on with this project?
What is the hashtag of this podcast? Podcast or die.
I don't think that's the public hashtag. I think that's just what we text each other when we don't have time to do the podcast.
Yeah. Podcast or die, always, first of all. Second of all, I have not talked with my wife.
That's what I was going to say.
I have not talked with my wife about what the plan is. So we'll figure out what the plan is.
Partner
We'll figure it out.
was out here committing to doing a podcast before consulting me during the time of our newborn baby, I would hang him by his toes from the balcony.
Welcome, weary travelers, to a story of a meek little husband who forgot to tell his recently pregnant wife
that he has a podcast.
That he has a podcast. He must do or else. Ha ha ha. Anyway, we're back in the basement, and it's the vibes in here, if I'm honest, are bad. Dude.
No, okay. So the vibe here isn't bad, but
yes,
I do.
It is.
No,
yes,
okay.
It is.
I'll say this: the vibe here isn't bad, but I do really want to leave really bad.
Okay, so that's a bad vibe.
It's not that it's bad. It's that I don't want to be here very much.
It's not that it's bad. It's that I don't want to be here and I don't feel good.
Right.
It's that I don't feel good about it and I don't want to be here.
It's
we went to we had an opening night party. I think I can tell this story. There was after
don't use names.
After
Just don't tell the story.
Okay,
we can
I
come
won't
up with
tell the
another story
story.
to tell. So,
But we had an opening night party and it was very fun and Lauren was there and she was belly out and everyone was so happy to see her belly out and all the producers and all the people who work here on this project were like, "Oh, you're due soon."
they were like, "Oh, we're gonna lose Gabe.
We're gonna
very
lose
quickly."
Gabe. And I was like, "Yeah, I've been telling y'all.
Yeah, I tried to tell y'all.
Leaving the show when the baby comes. I'm out."
Okay, I worry. Can I tell you something I worry about? Let me address something else.
Well,
on this.
apparently, first babies don't come early as often.
This is what I'm worried about. For Gabe's sake, not for mine. I am on call to drive Gabe's wife, Lauren.
You, Allie, are on call.
I am on call to drive the second she even has an inkling that she's going into labor. I will be taking her to the hospital and sitting with her until Gabe arrives.
If I'm not there.
If given Gabe is not in town.
Yes.
Now, knowing my luck and the way everything has worked in my life up until now, I will be delivering this baby.
No. Do not say these words. Do not say these words.
I'm just saying.
You will not be delivering this baby.
I'm just saying.
You will not be delivering this baby. You will not be delivering this baby. It's going to work out perfectly.
It is going to work out perfectly.
I'm going to be there right on time.
Actually, I should say, knowing Gabe and Lauren and the way their lives go out, it will work out perfectly.
It'll be great.
They live a charmed life. And it's going to be amazing, and everyone's going to be happy and healthy and excited. And I'm not going to get an SUV on account of this baby. I'm going to be getting a convertible, but I will rock up in my convertible. I will skirt into the hospital, drop off your wife if need be, and then wait until I'm requested again to meet this child.
Gonna rock up in my convertible. Get in, beep, beep. We're
going shopping. Gonna buy my niece whatever she wants in my convertible. Jump in. It was giving kind of
B-52s, Katy Perry.
yeah.
It was giving California Girl meets, I got me a Chrysler that seats about 20.
So hurry up
and get your jukebox money.
People don't like when I do that song at karaoke. I feel like it would be a hit. I feel like if someone came up and sang Love Shack at karaoke. Shack!
That would be a good one.
Shack, baby. And then there's all this part that's like, I got me young run.
Yeah.
And then the tin roof. Rusted. It's so fun.
Here's also what you just did. You said people don't like it and then proceeded to do it. But it does feel like an audience participation. Love Shack, baby, you know?
There's so much to participate in.
There's so much to participate
There's so much
if
to
you would
participate
just let
in.
yourself be a part of it.
If you would just give into the fun. I know maybe it's not that fun, but I don't know. I feel like Love Shack is amazing.
Karaoke stresses me out. It doesn't make me feel good. I don't know why. I don't like it.
I know why.
It makes me stressed out like I'm supposed to sound good, but it makes me nervous.
Chapel Roan just talked about this on Call Her Daddy.
Really? Mm-hmm. Chapel Roan also doesn't like it?
She also doesn't like it.
I'm same as Chapel Roan?
Well, I would be careful with that.
I'm same as Chapel Roan.
I would be careful with that.
Me and Chapel, same.
Well, hold on. Let me give you...
Same level of talent. Same level of charisma.
Now...
Same level of songwriting.
You know what?
Same level of danceability.
You know what? No.
Okay.
But also, let me save you from that because she had some controversial takes on that podcast that got her under a little bit of heat.
Oh, okay. So I don't want to have that heat.
Well, you might even agree with her takes, but you don't want the heat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll say it here now. I agree with all her takes.
One of the things was about
bad.
It was about how mothers are all miserable, like young mothers are all miserable, and motherhood is not worth it.
Oh, I don't agree with.
I don't think because you're married to someone who's about to be.
Yeah. Also, wow, hot take.
I need to hear these hot takes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I came across something this week on the internet that I'd love to share with you guys. If you have something to say, Grant.
I was gonna say. From what I've seen of Chaperone, she's not PR trained, bro.
Well,
she kind of gives the vibe that she's trying not to be.
Yeah.
Like she's pushing against it all.
She's out here doing her thing.
Which means if you're pushing against... Oh, do we need to beep me? Yeah, we need to bleep me. If you're pushing against stuff, if that's like your MO and you're trying to buck the system and change the world, you're going to step in stuff.
Can I say that the energy of this episode is going to be so crazy because for the longer we sit down here, the more I'm worried about someone walking in on us. So I'm literally, as you're talking,
glancing,
looking over my shoulder.
Also, you can't see it off camera, but the door that the lights just turned on.
Stop, really?
Yeah, someone's
Stop,
there.
really? I'm scared.
No, literally. Did you see the light turn on? I can see feet.
Wait, I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
I'm scared. I'm terrified. Are you kidding?
Nobody's worried about it. Worst case scenario, we pause, we tell them what's up, we leave.
Worst case scenario, this is a 20-minute episode in which we say we got kicked out of a haunted basement in a museum in San Diego.
People know we're in here, and people know that.
Wait, what's that guy's name again?
Yeah, I'm not saying that on the podcast.
Okay.
But yes, we know the name.
Why am I so scared like we're going to be under arrest?
It doesn't. We're not going to be under arrest. I talked to our stage manager about this, and she said that the dance studio would be open.
But
the
we're
dance
not in the
studio
dance
was not
studio.
open,
so
we're sitting right outside the hall.
You have to understand that behind Gabe is like a wall. Behind me is an entire liminal space.
I'm watching you. You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Here's what I need for you to know.
Okay.
I came across a video that I'd love for you guys to listen to. It really brought me a lot of encouragement, and it felt like it spoke to me.
Is this the one that you
quite
did
a lot.
last week?
No, that was 2 weeks ago.
Same video?
That was 2 weeks ago, and no, I have Just something that really sort
Okay.
of
Okay, just do
I
it.
felt seen
Just do
when
it,
I
just do it,
heard
just do
it,
it.
and I just want to. This is a different video than the one you're thinking of.
Okay.
To the older brothers,
This is
being the oldest isn't easy. You grow up faster than you should, carrying responsibilities no one prepared you for. You're the protector, the one who steps up even when no one asks. You do anything for your younger siblings, even if they don't always see it. Even if it means being tough on them. Even if it means sacrificing things you'll never mention. You joke around, act like nothing bothers you. But deep down, you just want them to be okay. There are nights you wonder if you've done enough. If you were too hard on them. If you should have been softer, more present, a better example. There are moments you feel like you failed them, but you haven't. Because they remember the times you defended them when no one else did. They remember the times you made them laugh when life felt too heavy. They remember the silent ways you showed up. So to the older brothers, thank you.
What do you think about that, huh?
what?
That one wasn't Danny DeVito,
What is it?
but it had
with
just
the
as much power and just as
obsession?
much heat as the Danny DeVito one did.
What is
huh?
it with the obsession that older brothers are protecting us? Do you feel like you protect?
No,
Do you feel like you were protecting us?
no, not a chance.
That is
again.
crazy.
I say, I think that's for a different culture than we experienced.
Totally.
An American one, certainly, but a different culture than we experienced. Do you
Grant,
agree?
Do you feel protected by
You
your
feel
older
protected,
siblings?
bro? Do you
Of
feel like I
course
could
not.
protect?
But also, what is with people? People love putting music over those old
Yes.
speeches or whatever.
He had
Bro,
to grow up
bro,
too fast. He did
bro.
not have to grow up too fast.
that corny.
He broke his collarbone his freshman year of high school playing football and then switched to theater.
And also, Grant knows what this means. It was a shorts and helmets practice that I broke my collarbone.
Oh, really? Also,
We weren't even
Are we
hitting.
gonna pretend
We
like?
weren't even hitting.
Are we gonna pretend like you were on track for some football career and just switch to theater? The theater was there all along, bro.
You were cosplaying football.
I was cosplaying football.
Yeah.
It was performance art for sure. Hey, I was a backup cornerback. So
That means nothing to me.
on the freshman football team. So
Period.
that's pretty good, huh?
And hey, congrats.
And that team had no tryouts. If you signed up, you were on
so
the
being
team.
backup just means that you said, "Yeah, sure, I'll come to practice."
Being backup means I bought cleats.
Wow.
It means I bought some cleats and I bought a mouth guard.
You know, I'm glad that anyone's allowed to participate.
Agree.
I think that's sweet.
Agree. You don't feel protected, huh? You don't feel safe when I'm around.
Not in our current state.
What do you mean?
When we thought someone was going to come in,
I feel really unsafe
when
right
we
now.
thought someone was going to come in, you guys didn't think that I would protect. I would snap into.
I do. Okay, all jokes aside,
That video-
you would.
I would say something and figure it out. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
That video you were talking about, people love putting those corny ass videos. That video, 126,000 likes.
Yeah. What the fuck?
126,000
126,000 men said, "I did have to grow up."
I
too
did have
fast."
to grow up too fast. I did have to carry the weight of the. And hey, here's the thing.
That might be true for some people.
Is that probably is true for some people.
It was not true for.
But I don't feel like we had an experience that was like I'm the oldest boy one. Again,
Right.
I know
That was
we've
not
already
really the culture
we've
of
already
our
talked about
family.
this. It feels very Game of Thrones
And
because
our parents don't have, especially our dad doesn't have that very strong traditional like masculine,
Yeah.
extra masculine role where
Yeah.
like you would try to copy that like extra masculine role.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like our dad's not like, can't bring your boy, like, daughters can't bring the boyfriends over and I'll shoot them if they come over.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
like,
that
so
was never the vibe.
gonna clean the guns.
I
yeah,
remember-
like the hyper masculinity wasn't modeled
Yes, that's true.
for
That's true.
for
So I
us,
didn't
at
feel
least.
like I had to do that.
Yeah.
I
There
also
was never-
remember Dad saying, and I think about this all the time. I mean, it honestly probably has a lot to do with like who I am today. But I remember Dad saying like, why would I feel the need to vet these guys when Allie's probably harder on them than I would be? Like, he was just kind of like, I trust your judgment.
Fire.
Rock on. Which I think made me trust my judgment.
Fire.
Like, whether or not I should have,
Yeah.
I moved through the world being like, why would you need to vet what I'm thinking?
Yeah. That's true. And
For
plus,
better or for worse.
plus, they were all church boys or theater boys.
Well,
So he was not worried.
sometimes those can be the worst boys.
That's true. Churchy theater boys,
Don't write those boys off. They're emotionally manipulative at times.
they're emotionally manipulative at best.
At best. At freaking
Best. Hey, youth group boys, watch out.
Watch your back.
Watch out.
Hey.
If you show up to a new youth group and some boy is chatting you up in the name of the Lord, watch
Get
out.
behind me.
Yeah.
Get behind me, Satan, as they
absolutely
say.
get behind me. There's a human being over there fully.
Is there really?
Yeah, but they're not interrupting us. It's okay.
I'm so scared of the people in this space.
It doesn't matter. We're fine. Someone just using the restroom briefly. No, I don't know who they are. But the rehearsals that are happening in the other rooms. Nothing's happening here.
If someone goes ahead to kick us out, what would be amazing is if we could get them to sign a likeness release so we can just post all that footage of us
And
getting
we
kicked
could
out.
just post, hey, we're sorry that you're trying to do work and we're trying to make a podcast here.
Some might consider this work, but most people wouldn't, so we getting kicked out. That's fine.
That's fine. We're also in the lobby because the room we were supposed to be in is closed. So we're in the most public space that we could be in. Most public space that we could be in.
I feel really exposed. There's lights on my face.
There are more lights turning on. This is going to be, this actually is giving such an exciting and very spooky episode.
We're being haunted by real live
By real
people
life
who
people
don't want us around.
that we can see on camera. No, they don't care. Nobody cares. People are
Totally.
setting up for a thing over there and they don't mind that we're over
Why
here.
would you care about?
But if you're listening to this episode, just feel the tension of us
feel the panic, you guys. Can you feel it?
that our stomach flipped when we saw. Oh. Yeah. So Dad really believed in you, huh?
Totally.
Totally.
And that's why I'm the high power working professional I am today.
Because Dad believed in you.
Because my dad said I was smart.
A couple
And he
weeks
was
ago,
right.
we talked about Langi Dada, and now a couple of my friends in the show have been talking about Langi Dada.
Really? Langi
Yeah.
Dada's a thing?
Langi Dada is sticking.
Well, because it be real sometimes.
Dude, it is Langi Dada.
I am feeling so much better than I was feeling that Palm Springs episode.
Misery.
Misery.
We
Thank
were both
God we got through that. My
suffer.
face felt swollen that day.
Dude, same.
I was really
I
struggling.
didn't know who I was. Grant threw his back out. Say everyone. We forgot to talk about this 2 weeks ago in the desert episode. Grant threw his back out at the end, so the tail end.
Stayed laying down inside while Grant.
The tail end of the episode.
Well,
Well, I think we do mention it in the episode.
no,
but
we do. We were like, Grant's not here anymore.
Grant's just fully gone. He had to lay on the couch. How's it? Let's
How
check
is your
in.
back
2 weeks.
feeling?
2 weeks later. Well, actually, 2 weeks later. Yeah, in recording, it's only 1 week, but it's 2 weeks later. People don't care about the timeline.
I know.
We're just hanging out,
just
right?
answer the
Hey,
question.
everybody gets
It's like 87% better than it was.
Okay, that's good.
It still hurts for sure.
Where?
Like I can't put my socks on in the morning still.
That's pretty
Aw,
serious.
That's really sad.
Like because I can't ball up enough to bend over to put my socks on.
Right.
So like an old person, I have to sit on the couch and put a foot up like butterfly to like put my
Like
socks.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched the person leave who was here a second ago, and they very carefully opened the door and closed it as quietly as they could. So I don't think we're getting kicked out. I think they're trying to be nice, and I think maybe they knew we would be here, and they might have been the person who was supposed to open up this door, and they didn't open up this door. And so they're being sweet to us and letting us record our silly little podcast in the basement of this museum that we're in. It's actually crazy. The longer we're here, the more I feel like I'm coming out of my own skin.
Is this our version of Night at the Museum?
Yes.
We should do something to try to like summon one of the ghosts that lives here.
No. Pass.
Come on, there's got
Theaters? Why would you do that? For the listener, Allie just stopped and looked in a specific direction as if something was there. And that was a bad
Pretend
prank.
like I saw a ghost.
And that was a bad prank.
That was executed
Here's the problem:
brilliantly.
theaters, and things theater adjacent are kind of ghosty and
I know.
Well, often though they're
famously
kind.
so.
They're kind ghosts. though. Theater ghosts are often kind
Well,
ghosts.
I own
My
a
hands are sweating now.
We're gonna unravel over the course of this.
My hands are sweating.
We've been sitting
hands
down
are
here
sweating.
for too long. But I will say, I own a house in Michigan. Shout
Brag.
out.
Brag.
And there are definitely some really nice ghosts that live in that house. And I remember when I first moved in the house, I was like, okay, obviously some ghosts live in here because I can feel them and I can hear them.
Keep going.
Anyway, when I first moved in, I made an announcement to the ghosts. And I said, hey, everyone, listen, I'm not going to bother you if you don't bother me. So just like, let's have a good time.
Yeah.
And they didn't bother me.
That's usually how it works with ghosts,
Yeah.
huh?
So maybe, do you mind if I make that announcement here right now?
Yeah, except that there are actual humans here. So if you shout, hey, if you don't bother me, I won't bother you,
Well, that applies to them too.
then I think it might be received in an odd way.
Anyone within earshot, living or dead, alive or dead. If you don't bother me, I won't bother you.
Does that go for the broths?
No, because you already bothered me.
Hey,
You know what I haven't done in a while?
what?
It's the
I was just thinking that.
ranking of the brothers. My two brothers, I will rank you to see which one first and which one last. The ranking of the brothers.
This one is worth double points. It's worth.
I haven't done that in so long.
Especially, it's killing me on the episode where they're where
Where we're
not
trying to
supposed to be
stay
here,
under
where we're trying to stay under wraps. She's screaming a B flat as high as she can.
I could go higher. You want me to go higher?
No.
Okay.
Don't do it in the mic. Don't do it in the mic. It'll blow it out. Okay. Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
That was loud. Number one brother, Grant.
Yeah. Okay. This is already an unlistenable episode
He
of
drove
a
me here.
podcast.
He drove me here.
Allie screaming high seas.
Did I go see?
Yeah.
Did I go see?
You went north of a sea.
That's kind of amazing because I don't really sing like that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm so.
Let's keep
Hey,
it that way.
I'm so.
You're so talented. Unbelievable. I hate it here. Grant is number one, and I actually will endorse that. And he should get double the points because he loaded the car.
Right.
He also put my stinky dog in his nice car, which was very kind of him.
To be fair, I watched. Wait, but I'm not part of the ranking, so yeah.
You're not part of the ranking. He put his
I was
stinky
about
dog
to
in
pitch
my nice
myself
car.
to be number one in the ranking of the brothers.
Oh my God.
One day I will be.
Ranking of the brothers. You rank yourself top brother.
Like I'm the top brother here, actually.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
When it comes down to it.
He loaded it all up. He drove all the way to San Diego. He wanted to go to the zoo, realized it's $76 and is disappointed to not go
shout
to the
out
zoo.
San Diego Zoo for being the most expensive thing that anyone could possibly get up to in an afternoon.
It's a really good zoo.
No, I know I've been. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
worth the money, but we would want to do it when we have a full day to do it.
No, because you're going to get tired anyway. I think you guys
should we
should go.
just go?
You're literally a 1-minute walk from the zoo right now. I could walk you to the zoo.
We're a 1-minute walk from the San Diego
Get
Zoo.
food at the zoo or food here. There's good food here in the area. Welcome to San Diego.
know.
No, but literally,
It is really pretty here. It's really like
San Diego's dope.
beautiful, sunny, by the ocean. Everything moves a little slower than where we live, which I love.
Yes.
There's all this beautiful architecture, beautiful Spanish tiling.
Yes.
We're going to go get lunch with mom and dad after this. Not you, but Grant and I are.
In a great way, San Diego is more Mexico than LA is.
And it's even closer.
That's what I mean.
if you can believe.
It's better in that way.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
got more,
totally agree.
more of that
And
vibe.
we're going to go see some seals, aren't we, Grant?
But you could see seals. You could see all
Grant
kinds
doesn't
of.
want to talk anymore.
Cut to the Grant cam. Grant is barely in the cam because he's leaning back as far as he possibly
Grant's
could.
going to take a nap for the remainder of
He's
this.
absolutely
Yeah.
out of it.
We're going to go see some seals, and
Wait, but
we're probably going
seriously-
to have a margarita.
The zoo is worth.
No, I know. I say I've been.
But you guys are gonna do your. Oh, because you have to do lunch with mom and dad.
Well, we're just thinking once by the time we get like, I don't know. It just feels like it would be better suited for another day.
I hear that. Respect.
Yeah.
But when?
But when?
But
What
when?
is everyone's favorite animal at the zoo?
What is your favorite animal at the zoo?
Sing it with me, everyone. What is your favorite animal at the zoo? What is your favorite animal at? What is your favorite animal at? What is your favorite animal at the zoo? Grant's so ready.
Tell us your favorite animal at the zoo.
No, I was just gonna say, I went to, I don't know what to call this, but in Dallas they have an aquarium that also has like frogs and lizards and stuff.
Oh,
What do you call that?
an aquarium that also has frogs and
No,
lizards.
no. It's a rep something.
Well, there's a reptile house.
No.
It was like zoo, but only small guys.
reptilium.
I don't know. Zoo,
I
but
made
only
that
small
word up.
guys. They had frogs and lizard and bird and like sharks and jellyfish. It was cool.
Whoa, sharks.
And frankly, I'd be carrying. The animals I care about are under.
Smaller than a bread box.
Yeah, you know,
whoa.
like I want to be seeing the little snake and the
Grant
little scorpion.
only cares about animals smaller than a bread box. That's
and
so
the
interesting.
frogs and the
You don't care about
the
like
butterfly.
a. You don't care about like a giraffe.
Bigger than a bread box.
That's bigger than a bread box.
You got to go in my pocket.
Oh, you're having fantasies about keeping one of these things in your pockets.
You got to go in my pocket.
Okay, respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
And giraffe would have a hard time going in my pocket.
How
Yeah.
did Ratatouille land
or
for you?
big pocket.
Ratatouille's an iconic.
And did you
film.
feel like maybe you wished you had a rat that lived in your hat?
No, but I do want, and I want everyone to know on this podcast that I do. My lifelong dream is to get moon jellyfish in my home.
That has been a dream of his for a
What is that
very
gonna
long
take?
time.
Just like a big tank?
like
what-
not
how
like
do we
literally.
make this happen?
I could do it tomorrow, but
Are they
but
tiny or are they
But
big?
I've decided it's like a lifelong dream, even though it's like actually very obtainable today. But
Grant is prolonging his really attainable dreams just so he can have something
Just
that's
a goal
attainable
to
at
look
some
up to,
point.
you
Yeah,
know?
something to
Wow,
move, something to
that's
hope
deep.
for.
That's
Should
twisted.
I do that?
I want the moon jellies.
How
Oh,
big
lately
how
I've
big are
been-
moon jellies?
I don't know, like this big.
How does this big? Like a
That's
cheeseburger?
really big. What you just did was really big.
They're like a cheeseburger?
It was
Yeah.
like the small
Oh, so
of
you need like a
it was
big
like,
tank.
It was like almost as big as a personal pizza.
Almost as big as a personal
Lately, I've been
pizza.
obsessed with. I like putting on like ambient YouTube stuff in the background while I'm just like mulling about my apartment.
Oh
You know.
yeah, you've been doing that.
And lately, I've been obsessed with
about-
the Monterey Bay Aquarium live jellyfish cam.
what?
And they have a live jellyfish cam
Do
that
they
I
put
leave on my
music to
TV
it?
all the time. No, but you can hear like the aquarium announcements. It's like the aquarium will be closing in 30 minutes, and then they turn off the lights on the jellies and they go to sleep. And it's still alive. The jellies got tired.
What?
They had to go to sleep.
Wait,
Do
they
jellyfish
close
sleep?
do they close their eyes and lay down in bed?
They don't have eyes or beds.
How do they
Or
see
brains.
or sleep?
They don't have brains.
Hold on, they don't have brains.
What?
How do they
No.
live?
No.
What make their
are they
thing
a-
go?
They have like a peripheral nervous system, but not a central nervous system.
Hold on, hold on, hold
STEM
on,
podcast,
hold on,
STEM
hold on,
podcast,
hold on,
STEM
hold on,
podcast,
hold
STEM
on.
podcast, STEM podcast.
They don't have brains.
Wait,
No,
wait, wait.
they just be reacting.
That's what I was gonna say. So it's like
So
it's-
like an ant, like a plant.
So they have nerves but no thoughts.
Yeah.
So if a thing,
I'm
so
so weirded out by
so
that.
they don't, but and they get their energy from light
No, I think like
Algaes?
plankton and stuff.
Yeah.
that just flows into them,
Yes.
and so they're
And we should learn. my friend showed me this. She saw the jellies at the museum, and under the thing it said like, jellyfish just float and let the food come to them. And I said, we should learn from the jellies.
Yo.
We should learn from
Hold
the
on.
jellies.
Do not worry about
Don't do
tomorrow,
that.
for tomorrow
No,
will
don't do
worry
that.
about
Okay.
itself.
Hold on. This is blowing my mind. I didn't know you could
There was
live and
one
not have a
person.
brain
There was one person listening to this that heard me sing that song
and had a
and
panic attack.
absolute zoomed back to their
No, I know.
3-year-old
And it
self.
was me.
And it was
Yeah, they don't have a brain.
I'm the person.
We can
they don't have a brain.
we can ask ChatGPT more after, but currently my phone's in use. But I would love to learn more about
Holy
jellies with you.
Smokes.
Wow.
I think
Wait,
they have
so
peripheral nervous
what do
system.
you
and not a
think
central.
about a being with no brain that just simply exists on vibes alone?
Yeah,
He's on this
what's
podcast
awesome.
right now,
Is
sitting right next to you.
That's
Is
what's awesome about
so-
jellies.
Yeah, what do you think is so attractive about that to you? Is
Is
it the poetry of it all?
Actually, that's not the reason I like jelly so much. I just think they look cool, and I like
Yeah.
how they be floating, and I like what kind of propulsion they use to move is cool.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop.
Like
Yeah.
and perhaps SpongeBob.
That's the sound that a jelly makes.
SpongeBob plays into this. The jellies are so glorified in
Oh.
SpongeBob, so maybe that's deep in
You're
my
right.
subconscious.
Oh my gosh.
Jellies. Nobody hates jellies except for when they get stung, I suppose. But
I've been stung before.
micro jelly. I got micro jelly stung when we were in Panama.
Me too.
Yeah.
I got
Really?
micro jelly stung when we jumped off the catamaran.
And there's the title of the episode.
Hey.
Micro jelly stung.
I got
Micro
micro
jelly
jelly stung when
stung.
we jumped off the
Yeah,
off
me
the
too.
catamaran, and I got micro jelly stung in Hawaii. I got in a little bushel of them, and they gave me stings all over my body.
Ow.
And I said, "Ow, ow, ow!" And then I went to shore, and the locals they laughed at me, rightfully so.
Are they immune?
No, I think they just knew not to go where I went.
You went
And then
right
they
into the
said,
danger zone.
This dumb girl, and I said, "You're so right about
You're
that.
so right.
You're
Honestly.
so right about that."
Oh my god. Wait. Okay. Last episode in the basement.
Last, everyone, this is our last episode in the basement of this
No, I
museum.
meant in the previous episode in the spooky basement.
I thought you were announcing that this is the last episode in this.
This better be
basement.
the last episode in this basement. I am losing my cool in this
Hey,
moment.
by the
I
way,
know, I
the
know.
camera's definitely going to die in the next couple minutes, so talk faster to try to get more in before the camera dies.
Oh
Okay,
my gosh.
this
I'm
is a
ju- I'm just
disaster.
kidding.
This is a
Oh
disaster.
my gosh, whack. This is
is a-
whack. Last episode in the basement,
Yeah.
I brought up Paris Hilton's air fryer, but we chose that topic over your topic, which was
Another thing about the ocean.
yes, this is an oceanic episode.
Octopi. Octopuses?
I didn't like that one.
Okay. Octopus and its friends. What's the plural?
No, octopi.
Octopi's.
Put that on microphone.
Octopuses.
Put that on microphone. It's what?
I'm pretty sure it's pusses.
Octopi's have 3 hearts. 2 of them turn off while it's swimming. If I had 3 hearts, I might be able to make it through this life. 3 hearts would give me a shot, I think.
One of those hearts would be for you, and one of them I'd keep for myself. And the other one would be for nerds, gummy clusters.
And the heart I gave to nerds would be the one that beats most strongly, 'cause it's loving the thing that is easiest to love.
And the heart that would be for the nerds would be the biggest and the brightest. And the other 2 would be for you and
That's
Imagine-
a love song from
Brant, imagine you had 3 hearts and you gave one away. I would give you my whole one of my hearts.
You could literally give you my whole heart.
If you could have, we'll say 3 for the sake of this. If you could have 3 of any organ, what would you want 3 of?
Ooh, I don't want 3 brains.
A classic dinner party question.
I don't want 3 brains because that would make me.
If you could triple any of your organs or just body parts? Organs.
Organs.
Okay, now we're talking. I don't want 3 brains because that would be too much thinking. And would they talk to each other? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be horrific.
That would be hard.
Yeah, no, 1 brain for sure.
But if that was what you were used to,
yeah, still.
because then maybe you could have one function solely in one way, and then you could kind of flip your brains. That would be kind of nice.
It kind of already does that.
There's something about that gives me a feeling of dread.
3 sets of lungs. Think about the breath
No,
you
I
could
did
take.
think about that. I already thought about that. You'd probably pass out from too much oxygen.
It'd be amazing.
But your body would be designed
Wait.
to
Think
handle
about
the
how
3
long
lungs.
you could stay underwater if you had 3 lungs.
3 sets of lungs.
That's what I mean.
If we make a real STEM podcast, would not increase how long you could stay underwater.
Why? Because oxygen goes bad regardless of...
No, because you need to come up for breath, not because you run out of oxygen, but because you have too much CO2 in your blood. You have oxygen for like 30 minutes.
So it would
you
be
get too much
What?
CO2 toxicity in your blood way quicker than you run out of oxygen.
Is there a way to let out the
Really?
Is there a way to let out the CO2?
Yes, you hyperventilate prior to going underwater. That
What?
hyperventilation offloads more CO2 than normal breathing. So it's a little dangerous because you might pass out, but like real divers will hyperventilate. They'll do breathing techniques before they go under. Yeah.
And then go under?
You can hold your breath way
Let's do a
longer.
holding breath contest. Ready?
Yeah, nothing better for an audio medium than a holding
2,
breath contest.
1. Okay, the way that actually made me feel crazy. You guys win.
I haven't been holding. I literally have not been holding.
It's not that I couldn't keep holding my breath physically. It's that emotionally I had to stop.
Okay, did everyone answer the... We don't have to, but did everyone answer the organ
the
question?
organ question.
I do think I want 3 bellies so I could have triple the din-dins.
Okay.
What? You didn't like that?
That was so embarrassing.
What?
You don't think that was
Triple the
embarrassing?
din-dins. Yeah, that was bad. Dude, this is tough.
Triple the din-dins.
Tough day.
I want 3 hearts.
3 hearts probably would be the best.
I want 3 hearts.
Well, because Americans
So I could
Americans
give
are dying mostly of
one to
cardiovascular
you.
disease.
Vascular.
Americans are dying mostly of cardiovascular.
Vascular diseases, so 3 hearts would triple the amount of time you have to live.
That's
Maybe.
not true.
We are being very STEM forward. Andrew Huberman found dead.
You go into his meeting and shoot him.
Call back.
Yeah.
Call back to the other basement episode.
To the Andy Warhol story.
If you just joined this podcast
No, I know.
today,
It's not. We don't condone shooting. We were talking about Andy Warhol.
No, not that. I'm just saying,
Oh.
if you just joined the podcast, if this is your first episode.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm so sorry. If this is your first episode,
Okay, let's
turn
spend
this off.
let's spend a little bit of time saying, if this is your first episode, how can we catch you up? What should you know? And why is today different than a normal episode?
Okay,
And is it?
We're 3 siblings. We're
3
never
siblings.
usually in the basement of a museum.
No, we're usually at
never
Grant's-
usually this
we're usually at Grant's
terrified.
apartment.
We do talk about STEM a lot, although we're not qualified. So anything we say
Not
should never be
qualified.
taken seriously.
No, if you hear us talking about science, it's
and
not our department.
really, any of our hot takes, though people sometimes get angry online, just know that we're literally always joking.
Bro, you did yourself dirty on that one. You were like, that's the clip. I was like, okay. And then posted it. And then you were like, why is everyone mad? I was like,
The
'cause
girls
you
were
went
mad
against-
at me for saying the thing about pockets and dresses. All good. I agree with you, and I agree with myself. I agree with everyone. Can I say, one person commented saying, how does she feel about shorts under skirts? Now let me tell you. That
Shorts under skirts.
is something I feel extremely strongly about. I am always wearing shorts under skirts. And when they're built in, I'm delighted. I love that. And you know what? If you love the pockets in your dress, go off. If you want your phone dangling around, go absolutely off. I'm for the
love
girls.
is love is love is love is love.
I'm for
Pockets
the
are
girls.
pockets are pockets are pockets are pockets.
Pockets are pockets are pockets. I'm not apologizing. I'm just saying I'm with you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Backtracking on her own podcast.
I'm not backtracking. I said I agree with myself and I agree with you.
Yeah,
and
that's
two
fair.
truths can be true at once.
So hey everybody, we're audio only. Sorry we lost our camera. We're doing our little best every day in this basement.
If you had
It's a
any
we're
idea
a
how
traveling
hard it
show.
was for us to
This
get
is
here.
so hard. This is so hard, but we do it because we love it and we are thankful that people listen. Okay, so I did tell me how this hits you guys.
Okay.
We're audio only, or maybe we're Grant Cam only. Yes, solved it. We're Grant Cam only, so you're gonna have to just watch the Grant Cam and listen to us, or maybe we're not. Grant's gonna hate that. Okay, so after I left a show, unacceptable. The second Allie knew she was off camera, she pulled her phone out. I'm literally throwing it across the room.
I got so many texts.
Okay. I left a show the other day, and a lady came up to me afterwards, and I'm in the show playing a character by the name of Galloping Dick. That's his name.
That sounds super cool.
He's super cool. I'm playing a guy named Galloping Dick, and he's like a Robin Hood type guy, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, one of these ladies walked up to me after the show and said, they should get some we've been talking, we should get some Galloping Dick merch, and it should be a doll.
I'm sorry.
And I
she
said-
this to your face.
And I said, huh?
What kind of doll?
I said, huh?
What?
Excuse me?
This is really crazy.
I said, excuse me?
What,
Actually,
was
what
she
I
insinuating?
genuinely said
Did
was,
she mean,
yeah. I said, yeah. That's so good. Oh, I love that. Yeah, you should tell the merch team. That's funny.
Wait, sorry. Was she insinuating that like a sex doll?
Well, this is what I don't think so. Because
Okay.
that's not what the situation is in the show.
Right. Or the situation at the party.
Or the situation at the party. But she was like, we should get dolls. And I was like,
Dolls?
dolls is either
Who's playing with this doll?
freaky sex
Right?
or
For kids.
voodoo or for kids.
Do not let them make a voodoo doll
That's
of
what
you,
I'm
Gabe. You
saying.
know how many people would have that in their possession?
I'm about to have a child. I can't be
You can't
getting-
have voodoo dolls running around America. We'd
I
have to go
can't be-
find them all.
I can't be knowing that this lady and her friends are all passing around the doll. You know what I mean?
Ew, gross. Don't say passing around the doll like that.
But I didn't like that.
no, of
It
course
was
not.
funny, but it was also like, huh?
No, I know.
You gonna make a doll of it?
No, I know.
You gonna make a little doll of it?
You want to make a little doll of it. That's terrifying.
I don't like that.
I'm so sorry.
No, thank you. That's the experience I had this week.
I'm so sorry you had to experience that. I'm kind of scared of that. Do you think that that woman suggesting that they make a voodoo doll of you happened?
Can we say that word?
voodoo?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a donut company, so
We'll
we're
do
fine. We're referring to the donuts.
That's where it comes from.
It comes from the donut company.
The phrase originates from the donut
From the
shop.
donut company in Southern California. Oh my gosh.
That's at Universal City Walk.
Oh, it
which
is.
Now,
Oh, Universal's opening up their new. You see, they're opening up a whole new park in Orlando.
I'm going to say this with all the love in the world. Only you would know something like that.
No.
I'm only paying attention
A
to-
lot of people know about
I'm
that
only
because
paying
they got
attention to cool
they got
stuff.
Harry Potter stuff in there. They got a bunch
Oh.
of different stuff in there, and you know about Harry Potter.
Annie wants to go to Harry Potter World so bad. Should we take her?
It's not that hard. It's literally
I know.
$65
So close to where we live,
and
and
a
it's
day off.
$65. It's cheaper than the San Diego Zoo. Grant, say what you were going to say.
No, it's going to be boring, but I think I heard they spent $1 billion on that park.
I believe it.
Billion?
With a B.
$1 billion.
Wow.
Also, I'm obsessed
In this
with
economy?
Nintendo, and I haven't been to fucking Super Mario World, and it's 15 minutes from where I live, basically.
I know. Well,
and I haven't been to Super Mario World.
Here's two birds with one stone. Annie, our fourth sibling, who we talk about, wants to go to Harry Potter, and you want to go to Mario. They're in the same park.
I know.
Wait,
I just wanna
we
see
can kill
Toad.
two birds.
We
just
should
wanna
go
see
as
Toad.
we should go as the four siblings and take a bunch of videos and post them for our friends.
Okay.
Or
Or just go and
we record
experience
an
it.
episode in a giant mushroom at Nintendo
Oh my gosh.
World.
If we couldn't figure out how to successfully record an episode in this haunted basement,
We did.
We are not
Definitely
going
can't
to-
get the rights to record.
in inside
gonna
a
get
mushroom in
cleared.
Nintendo World.
Or we could do a sneaky secret podcast. We just couldn't have, the audio would be different.
Right, it'd be on our phones.
That would be kind of fun, actually, to walk through,
A sneaky secret
to
pod.
record a walking podcast in Universal Studios.
That's
Should we do that?
horrible idea.
Why?
That just sounds so dumb.
But if you had a little recording, if we all just
Grant,
recorded
do
it
you
on
wanna-
our phones. I just had a hiccup.
We
that
need
took
to be
over.
done soon,
We
bro.
have to be done soon. We are struggling.
That was
We are
crazy.
struggling.
Okay, well, Grant and I are going to see Gabe in his show tonight in San Diego. And we're so excited to go be seeing a musical together and watch our brother in the show.
Grant loves
so
musicals.
the next episode, we'll tell you what we thought about Gabe in his silly little musical.
Do we have any well wishes for the listeners and viewers?
I hope your week is full of sunshine and rainbows and oat milk lattes that are iced.
Ooh. I hope your week is full of the bacon donuts that I'm going to take you guys to tomorrow because I have to show you this cool brunch spot that's near our place that does a bacon donut. It's got protein on it, so it's good for Grant.
I hope your week is full of belly laughs with your best friends and tears in your eyes from how funny what your friend said was.
Oh, I hope your week is full of getting things done that are the kind of things that you never get done, but you think they're easy and they start to pile up. Like organizing your sock drawer.
Or taxes.
Or sock drawer.
Or taxes.
Or sock drawer.
Or I need to do my taxes.
By the time this episode comes out, you better have done your taxes.
My tax guy emailed me today, said he's working on it.
Nice. I hope your week is full of fun. And thank you for listening, everybody. We're so glad. You guys, this was a spooky episode. Someone appeared while we were doing
I know.
it. And I'm so
I
thankful
hope
that
to
people
God-
stayed listening.
I hope to God that this is the scariest episode we ever do because my nervous system can't take it.
I agree. And also, thank you for being a part of this show, everyone, for listening. Someday, because of viewers like you, we will have a studio that we go to or a space that we go to, so we're not making Grant schlep equipment.
And at that place, we will know the ghosts well enough to not be scared of them.
Agree. They will be guests on the podcast, and they will have signed release forms.
Guaranteed, someday we will get a ghost to sign a likeness release and be on our podcast.
It won't be a problem.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.